Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be doing the review between Geelong and Hawthorn at the MCG, and a good win for the Cats. Back on track, 82-point winners over the Hawks in what was a bit of a demolition job after half-time, which takes the Cats to 1-3, a whole lot better than 0-4 if you ask me. And yeah, a good result for the Cats. Definitely. Yeah, not back, so to speak, but a step in the right direction, and definitely I think would help the confidence of the players out there, sort of being able to capture some of their better form and the kind of football we know they can play. We've taken us 3.5 games to get there, and we've finally seen a little bit more of what we recognise as Geelong's brand, which is hard to play against and deadly when we really get it on our terms. And as we can see, that third term is where we put on some scintillating football, 10 goals, 5-0. But the first half was, it was a struggle. It was a real struggle. Hawthorn came out firing. They kicked the first 3, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, geez, we're zipping 3. They've kicked the first 3. This isn't looking too great at the moment. And then we slowly turned the cog and got some scoreboard pressure on, a couple against the run of play. Hawks potentially could have been a bit further up had they taken even some more chances. But we sort of hung around and, at arm's length, and didn't let the scoreboard get too out of control, although it did look a bit leaky down back early on. But it was a little bit fumbly. Weren't really executing our kicks super well. Pressure wasn't quite there. Hawthorn getting field position and some really good easy looks up forward. And that basically led to a 9-point margin at half time for the Hawks. And from there it was like, cool, this could go, this could go anywhere really. Dead level, pretty much, dead level half time. And then, something clicked at halftime. Scotty gave the inspirational speech at halftime. Who knows? And a 10-goal 5 to no score in the third term. Hawthorn got 1 inside 50. Geelong got 21, and maximum damage. So that's 10 goals 5. That's the game. It was brilliant to watch, and so exciting to see the Cats back at their. Football we know they can play, and I think that would be good validation for themselves and the teammates out there, being able to be familiar with what we can do when things work for us and when we work really hard. It was just good old fashioned winning the ball at the source, being tougher inside the contest, tougher for longer, using the ball really well, linking up by hand, executing the ball, inside 50 really well, getting lots of dangerous looks. And all of a sudden, once the mid, and we've been saying it for weeks and weeks, like the midfield needs to get to work. The midfield needs to start winning some contested ball, go back to our DNA, which is winning the footy. And, amazing things happens, and Stengel gets into the game, Close gets into the game, Myers gets involved, Hawk, and I'll speak to Jeremy Cameron later, but it was just all interconnected as the third term went on, and broke the resistance of Hawthorn sort of pretty early on in that third term where we piled on the goals, and made the scoreboard really out of control, and just the entries we got and the looks we got with our method and our process to get it inside 50. And ultimately convert them. Like you have to kick them as well, and with the way we were moving the ball and where we're having our shots from really helped a lot. High percentage shots means more chance of kicking goals, and ultimately scoreboard pressure, which the dam all broke in the third term, and skipped away in the last as well with 5 goals. And again, just Hawthorn, their resistance broke, their pressure went well off there. They didn't work hard both ways when it was all going against them, when the dam started leaking, and it didn't take too long. But it was a struggle for the first half, that's for sure. Hawthorn definitely, they hyped themselves up for this kind of affair, and were able to get it up more on our terms and more of what a Geelong game looks like. 15 goals to 1 after half time is a fairly darn good effort, I must say. And again, yeah, you can't get too excited. Obviously, 0-3, it was looking like a pretty big fall from grace, which was the headline I rolled with, going 0-3 after such an impressive end of last year. You don't get too excited by this result. You want to see how you go against the best teams, and you just want to, just keep playing well and winning quarters of football. And it just comes down to winning contests. We were sort of beaten up in contests in the first half, and then we just started winning. Like, when it gets on your terms, it's amazing how well it flows. Like, you start winning those contests, and you're really tough around the ball. And something magical switched at half time. Don't know what it was, but we were able to make amends big time, and that's definitely helpful for the percentage. And we'll talk about later positions a bit later on. All right, let's have a look at the numbers, guys. Disposals, plenty more off the football, which is what we like to see. Plus 80 there. Good amount of kicks and handballs. Inside 50s, where we kept Hawthorn such a low number, 38, which is great for us. And then 62 for ourselves, which was beautiful to see. Used the ball relatively well. We were methodical, but we also moved it forward and had speed and pace on the ball. Efficiency inside 50, much better than what we've normally seen. This year we've sort of been hanging around that late 30% sort of mark, where we're probably normally around that 50 to 55, but 58 we were deadly when we got it inside 50. Hawks backs probably couldn't quite cope with the pressure was coming their way, and we kept Hawthorn just under 50. We got a lot of free kicks in the second half. The first half, when we really needed them, we just weren't getting them, but that's all right. It's another story. Anyway, hit-outs, Hawks. Clearances, even Stevens, so they definitely had it on their terms in the first half. We couldn't quite get on the board in that department. Centre clearances, though, 11-9, stoppages, Hawks. But impressed to get back on top in terms of contested possession. Contested ball is huge. And on the outside, we made them look a bit silly as well at times, plus 68. Yep, my math is correct. All right, less turnovers is definitely helpful, and a lot of marks too. We kept Hawthorn to a modest amount as well, and we're able to take a lot of marks ourselves, but also get the ball moving and not being in a super controlling fashion like Fremantle would. And this is better. This is what we expect of Geelong. High marks inside 50, kept Hawthorn to under 10, which is good. Contested marks, Hawks won the aerial contest there. Goals looking good, but Hawks are in front for more than we were, and in the second half we were nice and plucky and just kicked away, which was great. Tackles, really good numbers considering we had a lot more of the ball. I think 81 more possessions, I believe. Yep, 81. Math is on point so far. Tackles inside 50, we started to increase this number a little bit, which is what we like to see. Had a few bounces as well. Even Jake Jasny had a bounce, didn't quite work, but that's all right. And love this stuff. 54 1%ers just did all the hard yards and played really well there. Okay, let's get stuck in the votes, which are really tough. It's usually they're usually tough anyway. When you win, then you go what was more significant, what was more influential. No one was more influential though than Jeremy Cameron, who's having his best crack at a Brownlow here the way he's going. Tell you what, he's probably potentially could have 5 to 7 votes here already. Cameron kicked 7, 22 touches, 9 marks, 2 goal assists as well for 94% time on ground, nearly 500 metres gained. This guy is the best player in the comp. Objectively, he is even early when we were struggling, like every path to goal, like he had a hand in it. So he kept us in the game early when we were really struggling, and he's just a phenomenal talent. Works really hard and just so skillful. I love Jez. Just love the way he goes about it. So Geelong Football Club, let him know. We're all counting on you, Jez, and love the way you go about it. Keep up the amazing work that we've seen. The 2-on-1 was really difficult. We'll go Paddy, the 2 votes. 1 goal, which is a beautiful set shot. 27, 4 marks, and the clearances was a big reason for that. A couple of goal assists in there as well. Almost 500 metres gained from only 75%. So he played 3/4 of the game. It's an incredible effort. He was super tough in the contest, and by far and away the best player in the middle. And I mean that's where it all starts. And Paddy did a great job there. So I will happily give Patrick 2 votes there. Back to some really good football. 1 vote was really tough. There could have been 5 or 6 players I could have given it to. I'll go Tom Stewart. He's fair way down the list here, but I was being at the game, I felt like there was so many contests where he just halved or he took the ball and repelled and attacked. Whilst he usually probably gets 25 and 10 marks, I felt like, especially early when we had to have some assurity down back, he was really good. 20 touches, 5 marks, almost 500 metres gained there. But I just felt like, the setting the ship was really good. And there's definitely several players here that'd be stiff not to get a vote as well. There was lots of good players, which is great and often indicative of when you win as well. We'll go through the rest of the team. Mitch Duncan back in the side, really valuable. He had 31, plenty of the football, and he works really hard. Like he took 14 marks and did a great job there. Got even a sneaky tackle in there. Guthrie back to some better football. He had 20, so somewhat quiet on his lofty standards, but he was able to sort of do a bit of leg drive, break out of stoppage a little bit. 11 tackles, super impressive with that. 5 clearances, 181 metres gained. He's not a high metres gained kind of player. Loves a little chip here and there, but better from Guthrie and what we know he can do. Myers was very busy throughout. He had the 25, missed a shot on goal, 7 marks, 4 tackles. Just really busy, goal assist in there as well. Playing his role for the team very nicely. Isaac Smith, 27, missed a couple of shots. He would have loved to sneak a goal against his old side. 6 marks, again, works around the ground very nicely. Goal assist in there as well. Holmes played a good game as well. He kicked 1 goal, 26 touches, 4 marks, 5 tackles, 4 clearances. Did some heavy work in there and some good run on the outside, which really helped the Cats big time. Hawk, back to some better form. He kicked a couple, 15 disposals, 10 marks. This is what we want to see, just presenting and, being that option and, linchpin up forward. He was really good. A couple of goal assists in there as well. He gave a few away as well as his 2 goals. Zach Guthrie continues to impress and just take the game on. He had 19, 8 marks, very solid down back, and he's not afraid to, attack the ball, keep it in front of him, and he often moves out of half back. And that's it's very valuable for the team. I like what Bose did. Again, he just kept the ball in front of him. 22 touches, 6 marks, a couple of clearances. Funny little clanger towards the end there. Doing a bit of basketball skills, Scott Pendlebury style. But Bose will be better for the run. Half-back's where his go seems to be. Sort of looked a bit lost at half forward, and liked the work he did on the day. Loved Tom Atkins' game. He only had 14, but his tackling was great. His pressure was awesome. His second and third efforts were tremendous and almost got a vote as well. Being at the game, sort of noticed that stuff a little bit more. A couple of clearances and played 3/4 of the game. So they're just managing the midfield numbers very nicely there. Reece Stanley, relatively quiet. I felt like Meek played okay. He had, so ended up with 9, 26 hit-outs. Couple of clearances, couple of tackles, couple of marks. So he was all right. Has played better games, but again, coming off being a bit sore, a bit worse for wear. He'll be better for the run. Close, very good. Back to Close's better form. So he kicked a couple, got better as the game went on, as a lot of the team were. 17 touches, 6 marks, got a clearance in there as well. 3 goal assists. So it was a great game from Close. Definitely in the second half, and a great contribution for what we know he can do, and that's the Brad Close we love. Radagalier, good game from Radagalier. He got the 13 touches, 8 marks. That was really good. Key down back, got a tackle in there as well. Just picks the ball along down the line, and he was able to sort of halve some contests and ultimately repel several of Hawthorn's forward for us. So it was a good role from Radagalier today, and liked his contribution. O'Connor got a bit of the ball. He was sort of roaming around the wings, and he kicked a goal. 15 touches, took a few marks as well. Again, more on what we have come to know from O'Connor. Tui got 15. He had a shot on goal, missed one. I think everyone was trying to shot a goal late. A few tackles, a couple of clearances. Tui was, again, a little bit quieter than usual. A little bit lost in the first half, but yeah, got a bit more of the ball and run and carry as the game went on. Then we go to Ollie Henry, maximum impact, maximum damage, 2 goals, 3 from 9 touches, being the sub, and took 3 marks as well. And yeah, it was invaluable, especially in that when he basically came on, which would have been that third term. Stengel, some better form from Tice. He kicked a couple of goals, 4 marks. They were looking out for him in that final term. They're trying to get him involved. Yeah, he was super quiet in the first half, couple of kicks, but then yeah, worked his way into it when the midfield got rolling. Cole Jasny was a solid return. He cracked in, kept it in front of him as much as possible. 15 touches, couple of marks. Yeah, seemed to battle on okay after some concussion issues in the pre-season. Over to Gary Rowan. He kicked a goal, nice goal, barged through traffic, 9 touches, 3 tackles, some really good pressure efforts in there. Also goal assists, and went about it very well. Blitzarves had the 9 touches. Couple of hit-outs in there, a couple of marks, tackles. Relatively quiet. I'm not sure. I think, Buse actually went off as a sub. So, Blitzar was a bit quiet. Also got a knee. Tough as always, Blitz. Buse went off. I think he may have got concussed. That is definitely possible. 2 disposals. So, clearly relatively quiet anyway. And then went off with a concussion. Okay, so that is a wrap-up of the game, the numbers, and, player review. Let's have a look at the ladder, which I didn't last time, and I'll probably need to get amongst if I can find the ladder. That is going to be the $1 million question. Here we go. It's under matches. And we've gone from 18th to 13th, so we've got a W on the board, and our percentage is actually pretty good in comparison to other teams. I think it's right up there, just above Adelaide. So, it definitely helps when you play really well and you have Hawthorn and ultimately getting the job done. We've got West Coast next week and going to at the Gather Round, and I'll be going to it. So hopefully it's a good result. Better get back to the Cats here, the last game of the round. So we'll definitely want to be on our game. We want to play well. Be at Adelaide Oval, where we haven't probably played our best footy, but Adelaide and Port Adelaide have proven to be tough to beat there. West Coast relatively injured, but that's by no means an opportunity for us to just take it easy and just relax. We need to put have all guns blazing to ensure that we keep the wins ticking over and basically get back. Revive our season. It's not fully revived yet. It's a step in the right direction, today, and no one's getting too carried away with an 82-point win over Hawthorn. It's a good result on paper, but there's still lots of work to do, and a really good second half, a slog first half, but ultimately game won and lost in that third term, which was probably one of the best quarters of the year. Really, I don't know if that's subjective or objective. That's tough to say. There's been some really good football produced by teams. I think Richmond kicked 8 in the wet and we kicked 10 in the wet, so not too bad. Probably against higher calibre of opposition. Although, it's a big game against West Coast. We hopefully should get the job done if we can play a bit more of the football we played in the second half, and now we've been able to validate that we haven't completely fallen off the perch. Just some recalibration and getting back on track. So not to get ahead of ourselves. But a good result and a good step in the right direction anyway to hopefully get season 2023 back on track. That's it for me. Guys. That is the review, and that's a wrap of the Cats and Hawks clash Easter Monday. Cats by 82 points, one of the biggest wins ever over the Hawks, which is a good result in the end, and I'm happy to take home the 4 points. Haven't seen a win for a bit, so it's good to get it back on track. Guys, if you like the video, give it a like, subscribe away to keep up to date with all the reviews, tips, whatever videos that rock through to the channel. And appreciate you guys joining in. I'll see you all on the next video.